Crucifixion is an execution procedure that serves as a punishment in the past where a victim gets tied and nailed to a wooden cross, hanging to their death. It was often misunderstood that victims die due to a massive loss of blood. However, the actual cause of death was due to asphyxiation, being unable to breathe properly. Even though crucifixion is no longer a form of execution, devotees in Philippines still practice it due to a local belief and faith in the religion called Christianity. Crucifixion was initially practiced in Persia, also known as modern-day Iran. Alexander the Great, king of Macedonia, introduced crucifixion into the Mediterranean during the 4th century BC. During the 3rd century BC, Romans adopted the practice of crucifixion as a form of capital punishment for foreigners, slaves, rebels, and criminals. Roman citizens were rarely executed unless extreme crimes such as treason were committed. It was only after 500 years of practice before Emperor Constantine abolished crucifixion in the 4th century AD. A notable example would be the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. To date, there were several accounts as to why Jesus was crucified. First, in the Bible, in Romans chapter 4 verse 25, he was delivered over to death for our sins and was raised to life for our justification. This can be interpreted as Jesus' suffering and death is a form of redemption for human sins. Second, power and authority. Caiaphas was the supreme political operator which convicted Jesus with a religious charge that carried a death penalty. This was because Jesus was viewed as a threat to their control of power. Moving on to Philippines, it is the largest Christian country in Asia, with at least 93% of the population being Christians. This consists of 81% Catholics, 11% Protestants, and 1% of other Christian groups. During Easter week and on Good Friday, devotees would reenact the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It is a bloody spectacle which has become an annual tourist attraction with more than 3,000 spectators visiting during the season of Lent. Although condemned by the Catholic Church and frowned upon in modern age, hundreds of Filipinos still practice this today, and it has become a part of the culture and tradition in Philippines. Devotees would carry the wooden crosses before reenacting the crucifixion. This is to feel the pain and suffering of Jesus Christ. Other devotees would parade the streets and inflict self-flagellation with bamboo sticks. They seek to emulate how Jesus Christ died on the cross. As seen in the video, 2-inch nails were hammered through the hands and feet of the devotees before they were hung for several minutes on the wooden crosses. Some grimace in pain, while others shout to the excited crowd as they are placed on the cross. After they are being brought down, they get immediate treatment from on-site clinics. As the country progresses and prospers, the gap between the rich and poor widens, and the poor are left to fend for themselves. This may be a reason as to why they seek religion as a source for their comfort. Some reasons as to why people still practice crucifixion could be due to their act of devotion to their faith. It is their way of expressing gratitude and thanks to God. Others may do it to atone for their sins as they may have committed a grave crime and would like to make up for it. Crucifixion may also be seen as a source of purification as they believe that this ritual would strengthen the body by letting out their impurities. Lastly, there are also people who do it for money. They get paid by the people who organize the event. In the next part, we see a devotee who do it in return for a favor.
Tsaka doon sa kapatid ko. Yung kapatid ko meron siyang epilepsy, pina-CT scan na namin, wala talagang sakit. Ngayon, sabi ko, wala naman siguro mawawala kung itatry ko. Tuwing nagpipiniti siya naman ako kahit paano, gumagaling siya. Yun lang ang paraan na para magano siya.
The fact that some people get paid for being crucified indicates that the rituals of crucifixion in Philippines are highly commercialized. There is money to be made from this event as people sell drinks, foods, and other religious souvenirs to tourists. Even multinational companies come in with the sale of burgers, ice cream, soft drinks as a sponsorship. Travel agencies are also busy promoting this annual event. Therefore, what started as a personal religious agenda has now become an annual tourist and media event, which has now reached its 53rd anniversary. Quoting Cebu Archbishop Jose Palma of the Catholic Bishops' Conference, he said this:
Our identification with Christ should be internal, more about spiritual renewal.